What's up, guys? This is Dave from EGX Gamer and joined with
Stephen.
Tonight we've got a lot of people lined up. We're going to be interviewing all the guys from the BAFTA red carpets, checking out everyone who's won awards, anyone who's nominated, asking them all the hard-hitting journalistic questions. I'm excited. How are you feeling?
I'm a bit nervous for talking to people, to be honest with you. I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, we're going to see how it all goes tonight. Hopefully we get to see a lot of award winners. There's a lot of smiling faces already, so it's a great vibe here. Looking forward to it tonight, and yeah, let's see who the winners are.
Ahead of the ceremony kicking off, we got talking to some of the guests as they arrived on the red carpet.
Hi Mike, how are you feeling today? We get nominated for Game of the Year BAFTA.
Oh, it's incredibly honored. It's absolutely fantastic to be here, and I got here early enough that I'm over most of the jet lag, which I was kind of worried about. You don't want to be nodding off during the ceremony.
And early enough to hit the bar, obviously.
Well, you got to make sure you're not too tense throughout the course of the evening.
And is that how you unwind when you're developing one of the greatest games of the year?
I think everybody has their coping mechanisms. For me, actually, trying to find a balance of working out, seeing my family, and working on the game is the tough part. For me, honestly, it's playing with my kiddo. I've got a 4.5-year-old. He's into Minecraft now, Lego. He's into all these cool, fun things. I'm like, yeah, let's go get a kit.
Stuff. I mean, there's so many so much explosion in the VR scene with so different hardware makers and software makers all jumping in. Do you think that the fact there's so many hardware makers out there making VR things, do you think we have too much fragmentation in the world of VR? Do you think that might be the case?
Well, so actually one of the things we're working on, not just be plugging our stuff, but is SteamVR and OpenVR, the idea that you can write to one API and it'll work with multiple devices, because we're worried about the fragmentation as well. And so we're so worried about it that we have a version that doesn't even need Steam, right? Because that was one of our things with working with HTC, is we wanted to make sure that we weren't just making another walled garden, but instead we were supporting an open platform that anybody could connect into. And so that's why we've actually been working on those as well.
Stephen, pleasure to meet you.
Right, Stephen, how's it going?
I'm very good, very
Marvellous.
good. So, you're presenting this award.
I'm presenting these awards.
About video games, of all things.
Of all things.
Of all things. What attracted you to it?
Well, I just wanted to prove my mum wrong, I think. All of those years she said to me, playing video games will get you nowhere in life. I just wanted to go, yeah, I got paid for that. Stick that up your nose.
Exactly. So who do you think's going to come top running from all the nominations today? Who do you think's going to be the big surprise?
The one thing that I have learnt about BAFTA, and last night there was the nominations party, I got to talk to a lot of the judges in the different categories, and they were saying the lengths that BAFTA go to make sure, if you've got a friend who's cousins of someone in a game, you can't be on the panel. So what that means is that every award is judged by that specific panel on its specific merits. You can go with the numbers, so Alien Isolation should do well because it's nominated in the most categories. Monument Valley should do well. Shadow Mordor. But will they? Sometimes they get across every category, but in each discipline, something else has shone more brightly. So I wish I could tell you. I'd have had a few quid on it if I had any inkling, but yeah, no idea.
How do you feel about having a game that made people so damn terrified? I think somehow made people so happy as well.
Well, it was great because for us it was people wanting that experience, and for people to say that they were getting it from our game was, it's what we always hoped. It was creating a feeling of just one alien being scary again. And after so many years of films and games where people have seen multiple aliens all over the place, the idea of just one being terrifying was quite a big challenge for us. So to see that we hit it for ourselves and everyone else agrees and joins in with it is absolutely amazing.
Fantastic.
It felt like an opportunity that everyone else had missed, and it was it was sitting there. It was obvious, to go back to that original movie, take that original Alien, and really scare people with it, and we managed to deliver it. It was hard work, but we managed to deliver it.
So, without further ado, let's run through this year's BAFTA winners. First up for Artistic Achievement is Lumino City. Alien Isolation took the BAFTA for Audio Achievement. Best Game Innovation was awarded to The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. First of all, huge congratulations on the award.
Thank you very much.
I must compliment you on this lovely little carrot that you've got.
Thank you, everyone who speak with him rather than with me. So.
Oh, so how do you feel?
Good, thank you very much. But he's not the part of the team, actually. So.
Does he have a name?
Mr. Carrot.
Mr. Carrot. Brilliant. So, like, talk us through the reaction of like of winning this award. Like, how does it feel?
Oh, I still cannot breathe. So actually, we really didn't expect, because we've got still a lot of work in the team and a lot of conception. So we didn't expect that we could win the award like this. It's really incredible. I think the guys in the Poland right now are so excited like me today.
The BAFTA for Mobile and Handheld Game was awarded to Monument Valley. Best Multiplayer was awarded to Blizzard's Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft.
First of all, huge congratulations on winning the award for best multiplayer. Like, oh my God! First of all, how do you feel?
No, it's stunning. It's one of these things where you're working on a small game. You're like, oh, I think I like it. The team likes it. We think a few people will like it, and then suddenly, you know, there's a whirlwind happens, and a year later, you're standing at the BAFTAs, being given an award for best multiplayer with other amazing games.
I mean, like, Hearthstone has been such a it's like such a different game compared to the rest of the games that you guys at Blizzard make. But its impact has been incredible. I mean, like what were you guys like? What was your reaction to that response to the game?
Yeah, it's still actually at this point I still don't entirely believe it. People tell me the numbers of people who have played the game, and it sort of doesn't register because it's such a large number. And it was sort of like when we were first starting it going, and somebody would say, "Oh, by the way, there's 50,000 people watching your game on Twitch," and we, what? That's amazing. That's unbelievable. So I certainly don't really like intellectually understand or emotionally understand that many people playing the game. It's just an amazing and unbelievable thing.
Best Game Design, Middle-earth: Shadows of Mordor. The BAFTA for Best Music went to Far Cry 4, whilst Best Original Property was awarded to Valiant Hearts: The Great War.
So what really inspired you to take that World War I idea, which is really a scenario that hasn't been visited that much in games? What inspired you to really sink into that and rather go the route of a lot of the action, really get nitty-gritty into the heart and soul of the time period and some of the struggles of the characters?
I think Paul, you were particularly inspired by World War I.
Yes, it's a story in general. History.
You know, it was the fact that there was no good guys or bad guys. It was, you know, people lived through it. So many millions of people died. So many living people were touched by it, lost family members. And I think that was something that meant a lot to the way we sort of constructed it. We've always looked at games in the past. You know, obviously we make shooters and things like that. But it was a different war. You couldn't just make a traditional shooter about World War I. It just wasn't possible. And we'd explored the idea in the past. And, you know, Paul came up with his artwork and like said, look, you know, I want to do something like this. And it was just like, okay, let's try it. It's wicked. So.
Best Story went to The Last of Us Left Behind, whilst Ashley Johnson, who played Ellie in the same game in DLC, picked up the BAFTA for Best Performer.
So good evening. Thank you for this interview. How are you feeling?
Thanks. I'm feeling good. I'm a little shaky and a little overwhelmed and kind of shocked, but it's awesome.
As overwhelming as it may be, you really do deserve all the praise you get. You've been doing some fantastic work, but how does it compare doing voice work for video games as opposed to your physical acting roles?
You know, I didn't approach it in a different way. I mean, for me, it's not incredibly different, other than the fact that you sort of have to imagine everything, and you're wearing this really strange suit.
Was there a particular part of the story in Left Behind that really shook you when you were going through the script for it?
You know, I think probably the hardest part to sort of film, because we'd already shot the whole game over 3 years and then shooting the DLC. I think when she gets bit for the first time, you know, because that's the beginning of everything for Ellie's story.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was hard to shoot, and sort of emotionally knowing, you know, this is this is what has to happen, and Riley has to die, and not to give spoilers away. But you know, it's the writer. Neil Druckmann is such a great writer, so doing any of his scenes and reading his dialogue out loud and getting it up on its feet is pretty special.
Definitely.
The BAFTA for debut game went to Never Alone, Kisima Ingechuna.
The way that our elders tell stories are so good and so rich and clear and engaging that we just need to find a way to do that, to make it a video game. Let it be a video game that draws on the power of the stories and the community.
So what's been the reaction from the elders in the tribe once they've seen the game?
Well, I think they totally embrace it because, you know, like people in my family, people that I've grown up around, they would be locked away in a room, and so you break off that generational connection. You know, you break off your elders when you do that. This game actually can bring them together. You could actually have people play the game and play it with their mom or play with their grandpa and then talk with each other about where they come from right after it. So the elders totally recognize that and they totally embraced it.
Amazing. And have you had any stories back from those outside of the tribe that have come back and sent some feedback on the impact that story has on them?
I think, yeah.
I just wanted to, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, no.
The letters that we receive, like from people from Inupiaq community, I just wanted to bring one of those as an example. One lady sent us email saying she lives away from Inupiaq land, and she lives in Atlanta, Georgia, and she said after playing this game makes her homesick. She said I really start recognizing in our cultural insights people that she knows, and she said I didn't contact my parents for a while. This game makes me to pick up the phone and call them. I think it's amazing to actually that video game can do that. You know, that's she connecting to her community after playing the game.
That is the most amazing story I've ever heard. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's so beautiful.
Best British game went to Monument Valley, making that 2 BAFTAs for the mobile game. Next was the BAFTA for family game, which went to the console editions of Minecraft.
Sweet. Congratulations! Thank you. Oh my god. First of all, reactions. Give me them. How do you feel?
Stunned. Yeah, wow. Stunned. Absolutely wow. Yeah, I mean, every day Minecraft brings something new. Today it brought BAFTA. We can't believe it. We honestly can't.
I have to compliment the kilts, guys. I mean, I thought I was putting effort, but I've just been outmatched. Oh my god.
It's the 4J tartan.
It's 4J tartan?
4J tartan, yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, so you guys have done so much work in getting it onto different consoles, and there's so many little ones. Two of my cousins have been absolutely enamored with Minecraft. I mean, how do you guys feel about how much it's inspiring the wee ones into getting into games?
I think it's stunning. I mean, the family award means so much to all of us, just because we all know how much it engages the kids and their mums and their dads and even their grandparents. So it's unbelievable. It's brilliant.
The award for persistent game went to League of Legends.
Congratulations, guys! Persistent Games. I see 3 awards, though. How are you going to split them?
I think they'll all go back to the office, and we'll figure out what to do. But as Alex said up there, this is just a testament to the players that love our game and give us feedback and help us make it better all the time. So I hope somehow we can get that out to them in some way.
And there's so many teams that would deserve it. I mean, we have to display it somewhere prominently that everyone walks by.
I kind of feel like there should be 2 more, so you've got all the roles covered a little bit. You know what I'm thinking?
There you go. Bottom lane, top lane.
Yeah. Right. We have to ask, who are your favourite champions? Who do you go by as your only one?
I like it.
Okay. So my favourite champion is not the one I play the most. I'm going to throw that out there. I really like Alistar as a character. Yep.
Alistar?
Absolutely Misfortune. Misfortune for playing. Draven is the one that I worked on that I like the best.
Amumu, all the way. 100%.
We're sad Amumu.
Amazing. Sad mommy forever.
So sad.
Timo, best in it.
Controversial. Controversial. Huge congratulations, guys, again. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
The sports game BAFTA was this year awarded to Roll7's Ollie Ollie.
Like that competition as well. Like I guess like FIFA, Forza. Like I mean, oh my god.
Someone made a mistake, and we're very glad about it.
Yeah. Mistake?
I think all those brown envelopes we dropped off in the right places paid
the right bits of cash, right bits of cash, you know.
I thought I'd cottoned on to like a tell, which is that the cameramen seem to be tracking the people who were about to win. And I sort of nudged Tom. I was like, "There's no camera near us. We've not won it."
And you're like, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!"
Suddenly, bam! Ridiculous. It is all a bit of a haze, and we need a lot of alcohol now.
Yeah. A lot of. Are there plenty on your table?
There is no table.
There's no table.
What? No table.
We're in rows. Yeah. We need more booze now.
We're going to go.
Get that fixed.
We're going to go down to the offie.
Yeah. I think
get like a good couple of these at Buckfast and you're sorted.
Specialty.
Special brew. Special brew. Superintendents, you're sorted. Yeah.
The winners of this year's BAFTA Ones to Watch competition were Overly Kinetic for their work on Chambara. Down to the last two now. The BAFTA for Best Game this year went to Destiny. And finally, this year's BAFTA Fellowship was presented to David Braben, CEO of Frontier Developments, who recently released Elite Dangerous, and co-founder of the Raspberry Pi Foundation.
And the journey from bringing Elite Dangerous from the original crowdfunding stage to where it is now, it's been an incredible journey. Like, what's been the biggest highlight of that journey for you?
I think that the launch party was great. People were so nice. There were grown men in their 50s crying about, seeing all of the thing. It was amazing. I found it very, very exciting, quite touching.
I think I imagine one question a lot of the fans back home probably want to know is what setup you have for Elite Dangerous in your flat. Like, have you got the massive 9-monitor setup with a massive HOTAS setup? Like, what do you have?
Well, I end up playing on a laptop with a Xbox controller as often. Well, because I end up traveling quite a lot, and so it's actually very hard to take a HOTAS around. I do prefer playing on HOTAS. Oculus Rift is great, but a big screen, a single big screen with a decent 5.1 setup.
So that would be your ideal setup back home.
Yeah.
So those are our winners from the BAFTA Games Awards. We hope you enjoyed this video. This has been Stephen
and Dave
from GGS Gamer. Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like what you saw, leave a like. Tell us what you thought the biggest upsets were in the comments. Let us know what you think. Hit that subscribe button and we'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much.
Let's go to the bar.